Hello and welcome to today's message. I am talking today about the ego, and I felt that this was a very important thing to talk about right now because it is going to be significantly relevant as we navigate the fall and the winter months. So, what I've come to realize and understand is that the shift in terms of how we're shifting and how we're evolving as a whole, as a global community, has really been happening. The shift is happening, but it's just not really happening enough. There are still so many people that are very much asleep, that are having a very difficult time finding the light within themselves. And when I say finding the light within yourself, what I really truly mean is to find love within your heart again, like in a very deep sense. This isn't a superficial love, and this isn't like a love for stuff or for people or for things. It's divine. It comes from so deep within you. It comes from something that's like coming through you, and you just feel it. That's what I'm talking about. That is the heart-centered awareness that we now need to shift into and move into. Because what we have been in and what we've been operating out of has been purely ego-based, ego-driven. And we've built our entire world. We've built communities and societies with that mindset, with a pure ego intention. And that really has to change now. That's wrong. It's what I've come to realize is that humanity has been basically living without God. And I'm saying humanity as a whole, but it's not the whole, obviously, because there's always some that are doing the work, that are putting in the time and the effort. But there are many who are not. And they're not doing it because they either don't know how to do it, they don't even know that they should be doing it, or they're just simply so unaware. I think some people don't want to do it, but I find most people that don't want to do the work, the spiritual work, they don't want to do it because they're afraid. They're afraid that it's going to be hard. They're afraid that it's going to challenge them. They're afraid that it's going to push them out of their comfort zone. They're afraid that it's going to make them change in a way that they can't comprehend yet. And that scares them. And you know what? It does all of those things. And it's very good. It's supposed to do all of those things. I find as I am going through my own process of ego death, and as my ego is beginning to quiet down, where it's not the driving force for my life on a daily basis, since I have been experiencing that, I really feel a much deeper connection to source, to nature, like huge, just a very deep respect towards nature, and every living being and every living thing I come across. There's just such a shift. There's such a change within me. I can't even really express it into words. Like I feel like I'm beginning to really operate out of my heart. Like everything that I'm seeing out in the world is through this lens, not this lens. You know what I mean? Like it's really cool. And it's what is necessary now for now and the coming months, like the rest of September and moving into October and November and December, as we move and shift into the end of the year. This is going to only amplify the energy that is bringing heart awareness to the forefront of our life is going to amplify and amplify, and it's going to keep getting stronger and stronger, so that we feel it within every cell of our bodies, so that we start to viscerally feel that, wow, we are really missing something within us, that we are really disconnected from something within us that we should be connected to. I think if we, especially with elections and stuff right now, and I'm not going to talk about politics at all. I don't even follow politics, but obviously I have the awareness that we are in election season here in Canada, federal election. And I'm looking at the entire election, and, the only thing that I'm asking myself when I'm watching, and I don't actually watch anything. I've seen some images online of obviously the different opponents, and like their debates and stuff, right? And as I'm observing some of the images, okay, there was just like a still shot, and they had every single opponent lined up, and they were showing them, and they were all pointing the finger. Every single one of them was pointing the finger. Like, I was just like, what? These are our options for our next group of leaders. And the only thing that I see missing is heart. It's like, where is the heart connection? Where did that go? Where did spirituality go? And why did we toss it out the window thousands of years ago? Because we did. We've been gradually, since the coming of Christ, in the last 2,000 years, we have been gradually undoing the work. Some people were actually doing the work. There always will be some people that are doing the work. But the majority of people were actually led on this path to get off the path of Christ, and to get off this path of being conscious, of approaching each other with consciousness, with love and integrity and respect. So it's like all of that stuff has been kind of coming undone for the last 2,000 years. And then now here we are, a paradigm shift, where we just left the age of Pisces, moving into the age of Aquarius. And as we're moving into the age of Aquarius, this is now all coming back around as like, it's like the universe is asking us to, like, hello, people, wake up. Didn't you forget something in there in the past there, back there? Remember that dude? Remember that guy, Christ, who came in and like shared all these beautiful messages about love? Remember him? And do you remember how good that was? And how much that was needed? Well, it's that same energy that's here now. That same energy is returning and coming and being present for us right now. And all we need to do is connect to it, to want to connect to it, to have a genuine desire to know more, to become more, to expand more, to rise. We have this opportunity right now. These energies are 7 planets in retrograde. Like, we are so aligned and set up for this to happen. Everything that doesn't work is coming undone. It literally is coming undone, because that is the natural order. And that is exactly what needs to happen. It needs to come undone so that we can build something brand new that feels beautiful and wonderful and is all based on equality and love and is heart-based. 100% heart-based leadership. That, I think, is what is required now. That is what I feel is required for this planet, for each country. Where did the heart-based leadership go? And how can we bring that back? How can we connect to that again? Because I don't know about you, but I feel the shift. I feel in the last 2 weeks that I've put down more burdens in the last 2 weeks again. And it blows my mind how much healing is possible and how much we can actually overcome our egos. And I can assure you that mine was a real tough chick, okay? My ego was loud and obnoxious and in my face and was constantly in control. But since these shifts are happening, and because I'm tuning into the shifts that are happening, and because I'm genuinely wanting to align myself to something more and something bigger than me. These shifts are really felt. I could feel like just within myself, the change of how I'm even looking at situations and how I'm perceiving them, and people and everything. It's so cool to see how we can actually evolve and change when we connect, when we align to the energy that is actually all around us. I had a very interesting vision a few nights ago that I wanted to quickly share because it had to do with the planet. I got this vision of seeing the globe, and I was given a message about how much she is a living being, and how she transmutes our energy. That's what actually kind of came in, and it was so cool and so interesting to see, because it was this full visual of the planet and about how she absorbs all of our energy, our low vibrational energies, from the thoughts and the feelings that we have, or from all of the suffering that's happening in so many parts of the world, and all of that negative energy is absorbed, and she takes all of that in. But then I also saw, and she showed me how she will release that, and how all of this negative energy that floats down into the ground and into her core then comes it's like that energy can't just stay trapped within the planet, right? It can't. It has to go somewhere. All energy always has to go somewhere. And the energy that goes into her, all this low vibe stuff, is like it accumulates, and then she was showing me how she releases it, and how she has like these release points throughout the globe of where she releases that energy, and just like it literally pops out of her, explodes out of her, so that she can let it go and release it and keep going. I mean, that's why she's so incredibly wise. I mean, this planet has been around for literally billions of years. You know, this is not a new thing. She's been doing this for a very long time and has evolved at her own pace in a very beautiful way. And the sense that I got was that she was really asking us to align with her, to align to the truth of what she is here to represent. Because this planet, if you really think about it, represents life and love in such a gorgeous way, like nothing else. And we are here living on her surface, on the surface of this planet, constantly putting in our thoughts and our feelings, our vibration, our energy is constantly penetrating into her, right? She's constantly having to take all of that in. So as she's taking all of this in, it's she's like asking, like, what's it going to take for us to recognize? Because she showed me like volcanic eruptions. She showed me earthquakes. She showed me devastation. But it was like she was like asking me to see, like she was showing me, this is how I release. It is the only way that I can release. So the disruption has to come so that she can let go of all of this low vibe energy that we're currently still experiencing as a collective. And even though some of us are high vibe, there's so many of us that are not. There's so many people that are still living in fear. They're terrified of, everything, to be honest, everything, and mostly death. That is what we have to overcome, is our fear of dying, our fear of not existing, and all of those other fears that at the end of the day, they all have to do with dying, actually. All fears pretty much come back to a fear of death. So don't get trapped in that fear. Don't allow it to keep you in this low vibration. Can we finally participate and start to consciously choose to increase our vibration, consciously choose to live from our hearts, so that we can elevate the vibration of this planet, elevate our own vibration as a human race, as a human species, so that we can really truly come together. That is what is being asked. So that's my message for today. Think about that. Replay it a couple times. Comment below. Let me know what you think. But that is what I wanted to share today because I felt it was important. And it's really, really, really important. I cannot stress enough how important it is for us to start recognizing that it's really, really time to shift out of ego consciousness and really shift into being who we are. And we are divine beings who are capable of creating a beautiful life on this planet, who are capable of creating so much joy and abundance and growth and beauty for all of us. We are capable of this. We're just not doing it. But we can do it by each of us, by every person that hears this message and it actually hits their heart. For every person that feels what I'm saying right now, not thinks, but feels what I'm saying right now. If you have a desire within you to change who you are and to become a better person and to live authentically from your heart, if you have that desire within you and that intention within you, then you're already on the right track. And you're already in line for that 5D ascension. You're setting yourself up for that because you do want something good in your heart. But this needs to be activated. This needs to be opened back up. It needs to be allowed to flow. The love energy within us needs to be allowed to flow. Because if we can't let it flow, then this planet is not, and everything that's going on is not going to improve. Only love can truly shift us out of this. Only love. So I will leave you with that, and I wish you a beautiful, blessed day. And I wish for you to seek and find that love within yourself and the strength and the courage to open your heart back up and to be a lot more kind and loving towards yourself and towards other people. So go into the weekend with those thoughts, and hopefully you're going to put some of them into practice and try and experiment. What does it feel like when I open my heart and when I share that love with other people? Does that raise the vibration in the environment? Does it make everyone feel better? Or is it something that gets in the way? I think you'll find it does not get in the way. Instead, it opens up the way. So that is my message for this beautiful September day. I wish you all very much love, compassion, kindness, and gratitude. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.